Opening scene. Dramatic music. Quick cuts of news headlines and footage of Trump and Zelensky. Imagine a single phone call that could change the course of history. A conversation so explosive it would lead to an impeachment, divide a nation, and reveal the raw power of politics. This is the story of the Trump-Zelensky meeting, a moment that still echoes in the halls of power today. Buckle up, because what you're about to hear will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about leadership, loyalty, and the pursuit of power. The setup: Ukraine struggle, war-torn Ukraine, Russian tanks. Zelensky's inauguration. In 2019, Ukraine was fighting for its survival. Russian aggression had left the country vulnerable, and newly elected President Volodymyr Zelensky had one lifeline: the United States. But behind the scenes, a storm was brewing. A $400 million military aid package was frozen. Why? The answer would soon send shockwaves across the globe. Cliffhanger transition. Pause. Ominous music. But this wasn't just about money. This was about power, and it all came down to one phone call. The phone call, a political time bomb. White House. Phone ringing. Text of call transcript on screen. On July 25, 2019, President Trump picked up the phone. What followed was a conversation that would ignite a firestorm. Trump asked Zelensky for a favor to investigate Joe Biden and his son Hunter, and to dig into a debunked conspiracy about the 2016 election. The message was clear: no investigation, no aid. Emotional trigger: fear. Think about that for a second. A world leader holding a vulnerable nation hostage for personal gain. What would you do if you were in Zelensky's shoes? The stakes couldn't have been higher. The whistleblower, the hero in the shadows. Anonymous whistleblower news coverage. Capitol Hill hearings. But here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. A whistleblower stepped forward, risking everything to expose the truth. Their complaint would spark an impeachment inquiry, laying bare the raw mechanics of power and corruption. Cliffhanger transition. Pause. Suspenseful music. Yet, as the world watched, one question remained: would justice prevail, or would politics triumph over principle? The impeachment. A nation divided. Impeachment hearings. Protests. Trump's tweets. The impeachment that followed was like nothing America had ever seen. The House voted to impeach Trump, but the Senate acquitted him. The nation was split down the middle. Was this a defense of democracy, or its unraveling? Emotional trigger. Urgency. This wasn't just about Trump or Zelensky. This was about us, about what we stand for, about the kind of leaders we choose, and the world we want to live in. The aftermath. What does it mean for you? Biden's inauguration. Zelensky addressing the UN. Young voters. Today the echoes of that phone call still reverberate. Zelensky continues to fight for Ukraine's survival, while America grapples with the legacy of that moment. But here's the thing. This story isn't just about them. It's about you, about your future, about the power of your voice and your vote. Because in a world where leaders can bend the rules, where power can be abused, you have the power to demand better, to hold them accountable, to shape the future. Young people voting, protesting, engaging in politics. So what will you do? Will you sit back and let history happen? Or will you step up and make it? The Trump-Zelensky meeting was a wake-up call. The question is, are you listening? Subscribe for more deep dives into the moments that shape our world. Share this video. Be the change. Remember, the future isn't just something that happens to us. It's something we create together.